Hello everyone and welcome to my craft room. This is Janette, Crafty Dork, and I'm at my multimedia, mixed media desk. On Tuesday, I had my craft girls in, and we had a friend of mine, Heather, who is an absolutely wonderful artist. She does some fantastic work, and she did a card with us. Now I'll show you the card. I did it as well. What she's done, this is embossing paste, and this is what we used. I had one, but it was a bit too wet and didn't work as well, but it was okay. Then we put black, or whatever colour the girls wanted. I should have taken photos of all their cards. Embossing powder, and I've got some Stampin' Up embossing powder, and I've also got some here in different forms that I got from Kazaz. So you cover that with your embossing powder once your paste is dry. Then you decorate your card how you like. Now I did, Heather suggested we put a hole in the middle of the top card. So this one here is the top card, and that sits onto a card base. Okay. And then behind this, we put paper, or I just actually spritzed it orange with my delusions. I'm delusional today, spray inks. Okay. Then the spray on top here was antique bronze, distress spray stain, and the silver one. And that just gave it the speckledy effect. Then I used the Tim Holtz dolls, his I forget what they're called, but you know what they are. And then these are some mushrooms that I cut out of book pages. Then on the inside I used the negative space and put there. Now you could write your little sentiment there, or you could write your sentiment all over, and I just thought I'll put the girls in there, so that's the family. And I was absolutely stoked with it. But today I thought I would do something with, and I'll sit down now that I've shown you that. I just pulled out a few things that I've got. This is, you'll remember I made, and you watched. And I thought, I wonder if we could do something on here to spruce it up a little bit. So I've got those to play with. Then I found these. They're just, they were gifted to me. I think Nat might have gifted them to me. And they're, on the back it's got all about the flower. And I thought, well, it can go in a journal, a garden journal. You've got the bit on the back, and I'll leave a bit, but I might just do a little bit of something, see how it works. I'm just playing. Then these are Tracy's labels from her kit, and I thought we might be able to just put a bit of embossing or something on that. Don't know how long this video is going to go. You'll probably turn it off halfway through. And then this, they're very plain, but I thought if I put something on here, bit of embossing, and then I've got for all of them, I've just picked out, well, I've got three dolls left that I was playing with. I've got some birds, I've got some, what are these, woodland creatures, I think, and there's all sorts of little bits and pieces in there. I've got some flowers, some mushrooms. So we'll see how it all turns out. Okay, so what we'll do to start with, I might just start with the little envelope, and we'll go down the pile. And then I've got some just cardstock that was cut off from another card. I must say, for this card, I used an A5 piece of paper, which I folded in half. Let me get one. Okay. So I folded that in half. Okay. Now, when you fold an A5 piece of paper in half, that is 5 7/8. So what I did, I put that into my cutter at 5 7/8. Then I turned this around, put it in again at 5 7/8 just to make sure that that was, so whatever width that is, then I just chopped it off, and that's your card. Then to put the piece on the top, I just got another piece of paper and just lined it up, and I think you've all done this, lined it up there, put a mark here and here for the border, and then chop that off, and that was the piece that I worked on for the topping. Okay, so that's how that one's done. Now I have got a few different stencils here today, and what I thought I'd do is get something that's not going to take a long time to dry. Perhaps I'll put something like that. That's from Which Craft Do You Do? And these are Tim Holtz, so we'll use those at another spot. Then I've got 3 of those that are Tim Holtz, and I think I used this in the multimedia mixed, I must keep calling it mixed media. These are from Kazaz, which is an Australian company. Actually, no, I will use that because it's thinner. And then I've got a couple of those that we might just have a little play with. Actually, I'm going to use that one. That'll look a bit grungy, won't it? Basically, you put your texture paste down first, and before it dries, you sprinkle your glitter, this stuff, embossing powder. Let me change my specs so we can see what we're doing. And pop them over there, have a sip of coffee, and we'll be away. Sure, it will be cold by the time I get back to it. I was just thinking something like that. Well, that might even work. I'll do that, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I've got my palette knife. I've got some paper down to protect everything. Get my scissors out the way. And we'll go. You don't need a lot, you just need a little. And then you just gently and evenly pop it onto your stencil, your page that you're working on. You can, if you feel that it would hold it better for you, just hold it down on the corners here with some washi tape, and that'll just stop it moving on you. But I'm a bit of a rebel, and hopefully it will be. Oops, I've taken too much off now. Just leave it on there. I was trying to clean the... Okay, so we've got that, and perhaps we can put just a few little splotches at the top here. You won't see a lot of it because the card will be journaling card or something will be in there, but it'll just add a bit of interest across the top there. Now, last time I said I was going to try editing. Well, I didn't get to it. I just ran out of time. So we'll see what happens this time, whether I can. I had a talk to Nat last night, and she was saying, just try one thing at a time. So we'll see what happens. But I do stop and start my video, so that sort of helps a bit too. It's just when I make a faux pas and I want to get rid of that faux pas, I would like to know how to do it. So perhaps cutting will be the first one that I do. Let's just get some of that paste off so it doesn't dry on my... Well, I find it very easy to clean off. I just pop them in the wash trough with a scrubbing brush that you do use for your dishes, and it comes off very easily. So that's the first step. Second step, we'll just stick that corner down there, But I thought these would be really, just add a little bit of something different to the journals. And I'm not making as many paper journals these days as I was, but that's okay. Just need a piece of scrap paper that might do. If I pop that on there, I'll do the top bit first. And I've got all these, like a little one of these that you put your things in, and I tend to just use paper because you can fold it up easily. And this is a copper, and you just pop it over your paste. And of course I've picked one that I haven't got much left of, which is a bit of a drongo move. And you can, before you start this, which I always forget to do, you go over it with an anti-static. It's like a pillow, and that's got it's sort of like powder, just a powder, and that helps to stop little bits and pieces from sticking around the edge. Now, I don't mind on this sort of project it's sticking because on the edges, because it's a bit of a grungy sort of effect, and you know, it adds to the interest. So I'll do that, and I'll just do it again onto those little bits. Normally I would just cover the whole lot, and you'll probably see in another one, but because I haven't got, and I thought the copper might just really show through on this one, so that'll be the end of my copper. I might have to see if I can order some more. Okay, now just on that little corner there, needs a bit. Not that I need it, that's how I put it back in the container. And I've actually got my bin right next to me. So that one just needs to dry a little bit so that this paste dries reasonably quickly. But I'll do another one while that is drying, and then we can tool it, use the heat gun on it, and that embossing powder will pop up like if you did normally, if you did yeah, normal embossing. Okay, so let's try this little one, and with this one we might use those, because it's a bit of a, I'm going to just go a bit silly. Let's have a look here. Let's see. I reckon that might be a bit different, mightn't it? So what I'll do is just under this one, pop the book page like that. Pop that onto there, so we've got it fairly even. I'll do it here, so I've got it doesn't go on this top one. Okay. Now we've got red and green in the colours on this one, and I have got red and green, but they are a Christmas red and green. It's got glitter in it, so I don't really think that's going to go well. But I think I do have, and I'll just have to, I've got like a cherry cobbler colour. We'll see if that will work. Now, if you want a rougher finish with your texture paste, just go like that over your, see how it pops up? But because we're embossing, I won't do that. But that's for, you know, if you're just doing plain embossing paste and you just want to have it a little bit of texture on it. It's another way of adding texture to your paste, to your texture paste. Yeah, today I just thought I've got to do a video. I haven't done one for oh, so many days, and I start to get guilty that I'm not popping anything up for you, although I know you don't beat me around the head for it, but I'll just get this off again. I'll just pop that on so it doesn't dry out. I had one there that dried out completely on me, so that was a bit of a bummer. Where can I put that? Over there. Get rid of that bit there. Okay, so this one, let's see if I can find that coppery, the reddy colour. Come on, wherever you are. Crushed. Oh no, that's crushed curry. Cherry cobbler. Let's see what that does. Okay. By the time we do this one, let's see. Okay, so this one I can put, see how I really just layer it on really thick, and that way it will, this colour will show you how well it does take. Just shake it off, just let it just shake over for a while, and then I better pour it upside down so that all that comes out of the pocket. It'll be a surprise for somebody in there. Now I'm just going to take that little bit there. If you find you've made a mistake, it's very easy to, you can get your spatula and take the whole lot off, and very easy to do. And then start again if you want to. Okay, so we'll just fold that up, pop it all back in, and then we'll dry this other one and see what happens. Get you out the way there, you into the bin. Okay. So we'll put this one up now. Now my nail just goes into that, so what I'm going to do is just heat it from the bottom. Years ago before these came in, we used to pop them on top of the toaster, and that used to heat from the bottom up, and it used to actually heat your embossing powder. If you just put the embossing ink down, or it would actually emboss for you on the toaster. So I'm just going to say, excuse the noise for a minute. If you try and heat, that's actually still, yeah, it's still giving a little bit. So I might turn the camera off and just let it sit for a minute, and then I'll come back and show you the next part. Okay, back again. So it's all dry now. So what we do next, and it'll be noisy, but I'll bring it up to the up higher so that you can see the effect when it, okay, so now we just So that's the bottom. Now this top bit, it will sort of flatten out as it heats. So we'll do that. Okay, so I hope that you did see all that. Now this, it will settle down, and you can actually, if you do it back again, warm it up, and then it will, oh look what I've done, warmed it up, and oh no, it hasn't smudged it. There we go. I'll just pop that on there, and we'll do the red. No, I won't. Pop the paste on there, and we'll do the red one. And I'll use these because it gets darn hot. Okay, let's see how we go. I hope I'm getting it so that you can actually see the process. Getting a bit warm. Let's do it up here. Get my fingies away from it. Now, I can't remember if Heather said when it bubbles, it means that it's still, your paste is still moist. I like that bubbled effect, and it does when it dries, it just stays pliable. But perhaps, Heather, if you do watch the video, if you could just pop in the description down below there, whether that is because I've got my paste a bit too wet still. It felt dry, but that might not mean much at all. Okay, so I rather like that. And you could just use that on its own, but we'll tissy those up. Okay, let's have a look. So I've got this one, and what I'll do is just bend it a bit. This might be one that I don't, I suppose I still can stick it to 3 sides because I like doing the 3-sided bit. Okay, so what I've got out is just a couple of butterflies. I've got some Hessian, and I thought I might just pop a butterfly in the middle of this one. Not Hessian, you know what I mean, cheesecloth. Just pop a butterfly in there. Let me just, I meant to clean this one out, just rinse, every now and again I just rinse the knobs out, just to, just cause. Okay, so we just pop that there. Yep, and just oh, there's a sticky one. Bonus. Some of these I do stick onto sticky paper, and then I cut them out with my brother. Scan and cut, which I must use more often when I get some time. So I'll just pop him on there, just to add a little bit. And I've got a little yellowy one that I thought I might pop up on the top here. You probably won't see it much with the journaling cards. I like that bit, I won't cover that. I'll go over here. With the journaling card in, you probably won't see a lot of it, but it's just a little bit of a something up there. Now, the only thing I didn't do to this one was spray it. And I should have done that before I put this down. I wonder if I can. Yeah, I can. Beauty. Let's get the spray done. So, stuffed up, didn't I? Got ahead of myself. Like I say, I like to let you see my stuff ups because we are all human and we all make mistakes. So let's just block that little bit off. So obviously the spray won't stick there. Now you can do this spraying several ways. I'll just grab it and show you. This is my rubbish bin that goes onto the table when the girls are here crafting. And sometimes we just lay the stuff in there and you spritz. And what I'll do is I'll do that to this one. Otherwise, get yourself a box. So you can do it like that, or you can do it like that. And that does look more professional, doesn't it? So we'll use that. Got to look a bit professional now and again. So what I was going to do first, I've got some... this is the Distress Oxide Spray, and I've not used this many times, so let's see. Fingers crossed that it's going to work for me. Now, you can spray straight on it. You can, and it depends on the look you like. I like a big blotchy look. Here I've got big blotches of it. Now, if you just want a fine mist, well then you do sort of hold your pickle box up and just like little tiny sweeps, and that'll get you little splotches. So let's see what's going to end up. And I like the element of surprise. Let's see if it's working. Yep, so she's working. We might get some on the back, that's fine. And then, so you can see there's just little splotches on it, and that just dulls down the orangey bits. If it gets on your embossing, just use a wet one and wipe it off, and the vibrance will come back. So I think I'll leave that. It's just a little bit of a, and I just wanted to put, I do want to put this one on, but it went all over the joint yesterday, so we'll see what happens today. Perhaps the more I use it, we might end up with big blotches, but I just want a little bit of interest on it, something different. Okay, let's see where she's squirting out today. Oh, straight on. Okay, let's see. And as you can see, I like a bit. And I like it when it does that too. If you don't like your... See how I've got big blotches here? You see those? I quite like that effect. You may not. Now, because I've got all those, let me turn off and I'll dry it and come back. Okay, back again. And all I think I'm going to do, I found that little sticker and it's all roses. Yes, Nat, this is my favourite colour. My favourite rose. Okay. And I'm not putting anything else on that. I think this is going to be the highlight. And you've got the little bit there with all the... It does show through a bit, but we're doing mixed media. So there we go. There's the bit of heat embossing powder down there that stayed there, and it's none in there, so that's okay. But I think that is really nice. And then there's our other one that we did together. I like the shine on that one, so that's really nice. And then here's the one that I did. Well, I didn't do it in class. I was mucking around getting stuff for everybody, so I decided to do mine afterwards. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I'd love to have you subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. My aim this year is to get myself to 1,000 somehow. I don't know how, but I'm going to try my darndest. So thank you all very much for your support and for watching me. And until we meet again, happy crafting and bye for now.